Okay, so there are a few things that I forgot to mention about a plate. So one of the things is plates can come, of course, in two. Um, Let me see, because I got a whole list of stuff. Let's just do it this way. Okay, so I wrote down a few things to remember about the plate. So the first thing is, of course, you know that the plate can come in plastic or what's really called nylon, which is basically plastic, or it can come in metal, which at first I thought this one was plastic, but come to find out it is actually metal. It's just painted black. Um, so, one thing about the metal plate is the metal plate is heavier. So, in my opinion, for outdoor skaters that are doing the ramps, I think that plate is a little better because it does help the skater become grounded because of the weight of the plate. There's nothing wrong with a nylon plate, so you know it's just personal preference. Um, Another thing is plates can come in either, or the trucks on a plate can come in either 7 or 8 millimeter. But the standard for a lot of skates is an 8 millimeter axle. So the axle is basically what comes in 7 or 8 millimeters. And that would be this portion of the truck. Um, what else? Okay, so I think I went over the type of plate. So this would be a 10-degree angle plate. And what makes it a 10-degree angle plate is simply just the kingpin. The kingpin is positioned at 10 degrees. Um, and it would be like this. And the standard plate or standard angle size is 10 degrees. What else? There are plates that are at 10, 20, 33, and 45. Now, I say 45. Some people say 33. So, um, let me show you a 45 degree. So, I'm going to put this one back together again. So, just in case you wanted to loosen your kingpin so that you get a little wiggle, let's just put it back together. I don't know which one is heavy again. Okay, so plate. First thing that goes on is your cushion. I like to say cap, no cap. They say cushion cup, but you know what it is. Then the cushion. Then the truck goes on, and it goes again inside of the pivot cup. And this is the pivot point. Again, pivot point, pivot cup, pivot, pivot cup. Okay. So pivot cup into pivot. Then my conical cushion or bushing, my cushion cap, and then my kingpin screw. And as I'm putting this kingpin screw on, I am not going to over tighten the screw, because if you over tighten the screw, then this is going to prevent the cushions from doing their job. It's also going to prevent your truck from making those turns. So I'm going to tighten it with my tool. And this is the wrong side, but that's okay. Until it comes time to really tighten it. Okay, and as you see, it turns, but you don't want it to be too wiggly, but you want it to have a little movement. And again, if you over tighten it, then it's going to squish your cushions, bushings, and it's going to prevent them again from doing their job. So if you take a look at this plate, you can see how the kingpins are basically vertical to the ground. Vertical to the ground. semi-vertical to the ground. Now this is different because the kingpin on a 45-degree angle is different. But another thing I forgot to mention, this would also be called a double action plate. Why a double action plate? Because of the obvious. It has 2 cushions. And that's what would specify or basically say or claim that this is a double action plate. So this one, now we have this one, which again is my boot. And so this plate came off of this boot. And I thought that the plate was a little narrow because I'm a thicker skater. So I wanted a little more stability. So I switched the plate and I got a Sure Grip, and this is an Invader plate. So this plate would be considered a single action plate. And it is a single action plate because it has just one cushion. Cushion, 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 cushion. So it only has one, you see here. Another thing that you may have noticed is the angle of the kingpin, and this would be considered a 45-degree angle. I love this song, so every time I play a video or make a video, you'll probably hear this song playing in the background. But anyway, so let's take the pencil for example, and you see how it's going at an angle, a more deeper angle, whereas this one is more so straight. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I think of everything. Single action, double action, cushion, slide bar. I like the slide bar because for me, it does provide a lot of stability, whereas just a single plate, it still provides stability, but for me, it just provides a little more, a little extra. What else can I think of? Because I had another video I put up, but because I was watching The Chi, and I just stopped. It was playing it was playing in the background, and I didn't want it to be heard. So, yes. Okay, another thing I forgot to mention, the higher number the plate, the more agile. That means the quicker your response time is going to be. The lower the number, the more stable the plate, or you're going to be as a skater. So again, the 10 degree, which is the lowest, the more stable you're going to be because of, again, the position of the kingpin. What else? You'll be a little quicker or faster. I mean, I think you'll be faster on a 45. But again, because there's only one cushion, again, it helps with the stability, or not the stability, but the agility of the skater. Okay, so I guess that's all I can think about right now as far as the plate. I'll probably do another one on plates just because, but yeah, we went over the numbers and what the numbers mean. So again, you have a 10 degree angle, which is the standard, and on that 10 degree angle, or on that plate for the axle, you'll either have a 7mm or 8mm axle. But again, and this is the axle, this is where the wheel goes. But again, the standard for skates is an 8mm, but you are able to get a 7mm. Plates come in 10, 20, 33, and 45. 45 is the only plate that has a single action. well, it's a single action plate because it has just one cushion. Yeah, and right now that's all I can think about. But if I think about something else, I'll post another video going over it. I think I want to post one with the Snyder tool, how to put a plate on a boot. I'm just moving so fast, you know, so I just want people to know how, or in other words, I want people to know more about their skate. Don't just skate, know about what you're skating on, know about what you want for your skate. So skating is a sport, just like basketball. When you go play basketball or when you're running, you know, you have a specific shoe that you wear, specific balls you like to play with. So yeah, you know, skating, you wanna know a little bit more about skating, and how to better your performance as a skater. So knowing about your plate, your boot, your wheels, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do one on wheels. That'll be the next one.